Hey, good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is another curve flattening concert. I think it's number 566. And I'm here with Charlie the dog. Charlie is overlaying on his tiles, being a very good, quiet boy. And I will clink you. So I welcome you here this morning. Here's to good fellowship and good coffee and a great little community of people, all you guys. Hopefully we all enrich each other's lives here. And just a little quick rundown here. So Steve DeHaas is the first man in, and Slim Edelman is here, and Rhonda Scott Merrick, Andreas Passler in Germany, Warren Bendler. And Warren had an unusual request, but one which I shall honor later in the presentation. And Ken Nashif is here, and Bob McKenna, Donna Greenberg, Linda Worcester, Ann Mintz, Heidi McClure out there in Monument, Colorado, and Kate Mack on the West Coast, Deb Levy Clark in Ambler, PA, and Ellen O'Brien, who came and visited me a few days ago in the Philly area, and Kathy Marsick, upstate New York. Tom Dietz is here, probably in Vermont. And Mike Verbeck in Pittsburgh, Brian Kuiper in Indiana, Helene Tober-Fowler in Michigan, Michael Tierson in New Jersey, Keith Shaw in Ohio. Kate Petrella in Florida. Great to see all you here. My nose is itchy. Charlie Bryant, hey buddy. And Frank Mato from Euclid, Ohio. So good to see you all. I'm going to get rolling here because there's a lot of stuff to get through. This week we lost a real favorite musician of mine, Robbie Robertson, who was the centerpiece of a very uncenterpieced band, The Band, and great songwriter, great singer, terrific guitar player, really distinctive, he was 80, but that's still gone too soon. If you haven't seen The Last Waltz, which was the band's farewell concert, and Once Were Brothers, which is the documentary based on Robbie Robertson's memoir, Testimony, which is also a great read. Get thee to Amazon Prime, and you can order those pretty cheap. Anyhow, Dave Van Allen is here. Hi, Dave. So I'm going to quit that part. So anyhow, I wanted to open with a song by the band, and I they're a hard act to follow. It's like they had arguably three of the best white singers in rock and roll. But I'll just forge on ahead because I love the song. I've always loved it. This is from their what's it called? Northern Lights, Southern Cross album, I think it is. And this is about the history of the Acadians who became the Cajuns, moving down from French Quebec and into Louisiana. The war was over and the spirit was broken. The hills were smoking as the men withdrew. We stood on the cliffs and watched the ships slowly sinking to their rendezvous. They signed a treaty and our homes were taken. Loved ones forsaken, they didn't give a damn. You try to raise a family, end up an enemy, over what went down on the plains of Abraham. Acadian driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow. Canadian cold front moving in. What a way to ride, what a way to go. Then some return to the motherland. The high command had them cast away. Some stayed on to finish what they'd started. They never parted, they just built that way. And we had kin living south of the border, a little bit older, and they'd been around. They wrote in a letter, life is a whole lot better. So pull up your stakes, children, and come on down. Acadian driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow. Canadian cold front moving in. What a way to ride, what a way to go. 15 under zero when the day became a threat. My clothes were wet and I was drenched to the bone. Then out ice fishing, too much repetition make a man wanna leave the only home he's known. Sailed out of the Gulf, headed for St. Pierre. Nothing to declare, all we had was gone. Broke down along the coast, but what hurt the most? When the people there said, you better keep moving on. Acadian driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow. Canadian cold front moving in. What a way to ride, what a way to go. Everlasting summer filled with ill contempt. This government had us walking in chains. This isn't my turn, it's not my season. I can't think of one good reason to remain. We worked in the sugar fields up from New Orleans. It was evergreen up until the flood. You could call it an omen to point you where you're going. I set my compass north, I got winter in my blood. Acadian driftwood, gypsy tailwind, they call my home the land of snow. Canadian cold front moving in. What a way to ride, what a way to go. C'est to Acadia, j'ai la main du pays. Ta neige Acadia fait de larmes au soleil. J'arrive à Acadia, diddle-um, diddle-um, diddle-oo. J'arrive à Acadia. Acadian Driftwood by the band, written by Robbie Robertson. Connie Copy is here, and Bunny Barnes, and Pam Zappardino, and let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Jim Moore. Hey, Jim. We have to talk one of these days. Maybe not today, but soon. Robin Gray. Hi, Robin. And Dave Fry. And I think that's Donna Greenberg. And Jim Greco is here at a surprisingly early hour. Michael Miller's here. Howard Hobbs. A wonderful crew. Janelle says hi. Hi, Janelle. And Rich Fowler, also in Michigan. And Carol Pred. And somebody called Closet Picker on YouTube. Keith Shaw. Donna Bergman. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. Mary LaValle. Hi, Mary. From Hilltown, right down the road. And CJ, Deb Libby Clark's husband. Great bass player, CJ Clark. Okay, I think that's a pretty good count for now. Next up, I'm going to play you a guitar rag, and this is one I wrote. Can't play it as well as I used to, but it's worth a try. And I wrote it for my buddies, the Magpies, Greg Archner and Terry Leonino. And I will be playing with Greg and Terry in Schenectady at the 8th Step Coffee House on September 30th. And then at Wolf Trap down in Virginia on, I think, October 13th. Sometime that weekend, the Saturday of that weekend. And Magpie has been a big part of my life. I won't go into a long story, but we've been like this for many, many, many years. So this is the Magpie Rag. The Magpie Rag, in honor of my buddies, the Magpies, Greg Archner and Terry Leonino. And we'll have a little bit more coffee here. This next one was requested by my old buddy Skip Staples. And Skip, my two pals, Mike Maddox and Skip Staples. Skip, they both live down south in the Carolinas. And they are the ones who chipped in and bought me that genuine signed edition of that Reverend Gary Davis photograph that hangs on my wall. And that was a gift from them. It was really sweet. So when Skip makes a request, I try to comply. Now, I've done this song here one time before, and it's the only other time I've done it, so we'll see how it goes. There's a great version by Mose Allison, but I think the original is Duke Ellington. Nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention what is said. Why people tear the seam of anyone's dream is over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the word of others you've heard, I haven't a chance. Now it's true, I've been seen with someone new, but does that mean that I have been untrue? While we're apart, all the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. But please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. True, I've been seen with somebody new, but does that mean that I have been untrue? While we're apart, these words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. But please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. Duke Ellington, do nothing till you hear from me. So, time for some announcements. Let me kind of backpedal a little here and see if I missed anybody. Bob McKenna's here, Lori Payne, Mark Steele, lots of friends. If I miss any of you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my brain functioning properly. Need more coffee, Linda Worster. Okay, so we'll keep going. So the Warrens' request was to hear these two pre-war guitars. And I'm going to do two things. I'm going to play a little finger style on each one. And then I'll play a little bit of flat picking on each one. And then we'll do the announcements. So finger picking. set this down for a second. I don't think I need this strap. And this is the triple O. Okay, and then I'll just give you another, like an encore of this, so you can hear them together. And just to up the ante a little bit, I'm going to go grab the Prue, which I have sitting over here, because the Prue is in a class all of its own as well. Back to the triple O. I love doing this. And then back to the double O. So you can vote for the guitar of your choice now. And now let's hear them with a flat pick. That's usually the way to hear the most tone. So that's the double O. Back to the double O again. That's the triple O. And the little Mario Prue guitar. Just a strum of each. The triple O. And the double O. So I'll be interested. I saw Kate put in order of preference. I'd love to hear if you all could put down that. anyhow, that's our little sidebar for Warren. Warren asked for that, and I'm glad to oblige because I love doing this. So, as usual, there's a PayPal link right there and a Venmo link, so I can pay off these guitars until I'm done selling the other ones. And of course, always appreciated, never expected. And Charlie the dog, this is how he gets his veterinary bills paid and stuff like that. So that's good too. And the Invisibles are Joel Biget and Mario Prue, who built that lovely Sunburst guitar, and Judith Fox and Kit Sarikaku, who is Lori Payne's sister. And they were all the Salisbury girls when I knew them. So I'm going to come back later and read what people like and prefer here. Schedule-wise, I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't know who's on. Tuesday, Cozy is out on the West Coast now after finally recovering from COVID. She went out to actually go to Puget Guitar Sound Workshop, Puget Sound Guitar Workshop, where she was supposed to be teaching last week but had to cancel because of COVID. But she was so bummed because Charlie was out there teaching, Charlie Koch. So Charlie said, why don't you come out and we'll do the third week as students. So she's out there being a guitar student or a music student, which is a great sign of humility. I don't know who else is on Tuesday. I will be back Wednesday at 3 p.m. for the usual show. And Ann Mintz just posted that I will be doing a house concert at Ann Mintz's house on Sunday, September 17th. And I'm really excited about doing that. It's one of my favorite places to perform. And it's, good for me to get out of the house once in a while. I can't bring Charlie with me because he might get into trouble. So anyhow, we will continue announcing about that, Ann and I both. And can't remember who asked for this one. It might have been Carol Pratt. No, Carol Pratt asked for Bluesette. Somebody asked for Wichita Lineman. I just listened to a long interview with Rick Beato talking to Jimmy Webb, which is fun to listen to, too, if you can find it. Rick Beato interviews a lot of interesting people. His last name is B-E-A-T-O, Rick Beato. And he's got a kind of music-based channel that's become very popular. He's kind of like the Mark Maron of music channels. So, I am a lineman for the county, and I ride the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the line, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. You know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows that stretch down south, never stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. One of the great songs of the 20th century, I believe. So we're going to keep rolling along here. We're doing okay time-wise. And I think Carol Pred requested Bluesette. She has requested it in the past. And I'm going to actually play Bluesette on the Prue because it's an easier guitar to play. It's got a shorter scale length. And it's just set up to perfection. And I gotta say, it has never. I've had this guitar for 10 years, and I think I had some work done on it once, but it's never needed setup work. The neck is just as straight as can be. So we'll see how I do with this. the Little Prue guitar and bluesette, written by Toots Thielman, the great harmonica and guitar musician, player. And he made some beautiful sounds, that guy. He's actually on a couple, I think he's on the Still Crazy After All These Years album by Paul Simon. He plays some wonderful harmonica on that. So I will do one more song for you today, and this is an original. And I want to thank you, as always, for joining me. We have a nice crowd here, a little bit over 40 people. One last look in the rearview mirror as westward you move on. The past recedes, it's just a whisper. Since December you've been gone. Keep your foot off the brake. Don't slow down, for heaven's sake. Mind the road up ahead. Don't dwell on what was said. It ain't no use to cry. Just say goodbye to the rear view mirror. It ain't no use to cry. Just say goodbye to the rear view mirror. There's a horse out in the field as the wind begins to rise and dark clouds are rolling. And though you've lost something dear, the air begins to clear. A new day is unfolding. Let the tailwind drive you on. Feel the engine's mighty hum. Later on you'll chase the sun until the day is done. Up ahead the big sky. Just lean in and don't ask why. Keep your foot off the brake. Don't slow down, for heaven's sake. It ain't no use to cry. Just say goodbye to the rear view mirror. It ain't no use to cry. Just say goodbye. So again, thank you for joining me today. I will hope to see you on Wednesday at 3. It's a beautiful day here in Southeast PA. I have a little outing planned to go see a friend of mine. And I love you all. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. If you get cranky, take a nap. Charlie and I send our love, and we'll hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.